You want to make another appearance? Say hello. Oh, is that blues? Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria Montefusco and I am a lover of all things makeup, as you will find out if you have not been watching my channel so far. So today I am going to be doing the 21 questions about makeup tag that was created by Allie Glines. I've seen Heather Austin do this tag. I've seen a lot of people do this tag. I can't think of others off the top of my head. Oh, I saw Morgan Turner do this tag as well, and a few others. So I was inspired by them. They were inspired by Allie Glines. So today I'm going to be doing the same thing. So if you'd like to see me answer some questions about makeup products I used to love, makeup memories, you should definitely keep on watching this video. So the first question is, what is your oldest makeup product? And looking through my makeup collection, I realized that I'm pretty good at throwing away products when they're expired, except for one category, and that's eyeshadow palettes. I'm of the mindset that it's powder. If it doesn't change in the way it performs, if it doesn't change smells, textures, colors, like, you're probably fine. So with that, I do have a lot of older eyeshadow palettes, but I think the Modern Renaissance is my oldest. I think this is my oldest. I got this when I was in high school. This was one of my first high-end palettes. I think my first ever like high-end palette was the Urban Decay Naked, but I decluttered that a long time ago. So this is now my oldest. I still have the plastic in here for some reason, I don't know why, but here is the Modern Renaissance in case you have not seen it, which I'm not sure how you've gone this long without seeing the Modern Renaissance, but as you can see, I've hit pan in 4 shades, and there's significant dips in most of the rest of the palette. So this is probably my most used palette as well, but this is definitely my oldest palette. I believe I got this when I was either a junior or a senior in high school, and now I'm in my early 20s. My most recent makeup purchase is the Auric Glow Lust, which I forgot to bring over here, but I'll pop up a picture somewhere over here. And also I did recently filmed a video reviewing the Auric Glow Lust and comparing it to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, which is actually what I filmed earlier today. So how funny is that? But anyways, this is my newest makeup product. It literally came to me last night at like 7 p.m. via UPS. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great indie brand alternative to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter so far. I've only really been able to give my first impressions, but of course I will keep you all updated on what I think about the product. So that is my most recent makeup purchase. The first makeup products I ever used, oh my goodness. So this, let me think. I was allowed to start wearing makeup when I was in 8th grade because the middle school that I went to allowed 8th grade girls to wear a little bit of makeup, like mascara, pink nail polish, like blush, lip gloss, all that kind of stuff. So the first mascara I ever used was Maybelline Great Lash, and I have used that mascara, I used that mascara for like years and years and years afterwards. That was my favorite mascara for a really long time. That's the one in the pink packaging with the pink tube and the green cap, like that classic Maybelline mascara. That was my favorite. What else did I used to wear? Oh, for like lipstick and lip balm, whatever you want to call it, Maybelline Baby Lips. Those were super trendy back then. I'm not sure if you all remember those lip balms, but Maybelline Baby Lips, that was my thing. Like, you were super cool if you had Maybelline Baby Lips or the Lancome Juicy Tube lip glosses or any of the Victoria's Secret lip glosses. Those were also really trendy in my middle school. And I remember I also used to wear powder. I don't know why I wore powder. I didn't wear like foundation or concealer or anything. I literally just wore powder. And the powder I wore was the Rimmel Stay Matte, which this is a great drugstore pressed powder if you want a very matte face, which back then everybody was into like super matte no shine kind of faces, but now I prefer other products. But the Rimmel Stay Matte, I remember wearing that too. Basically every day I wore a little bit of blush. I don't remember which blushes I used. I wore the Rimmel Stay Matte, I wore mascara, and I wore one of those lip products that I mentioned, and those were my first makeup products when I was in 8th grade. A makeup trend that I used to hate, but now I love. Let's start with that one. So this would have to be bronzing, which I don't know if I'd consider that a trend. I don't think it's a trend. I think it's more just like a step that I never did until like last spring. I always used to think that I was too pale for bronzing. I thought if I put bronzer on my cheeks, it's gonna be a muddy mess. I'm gonna look orange. It's gonna be awful. It's not gonna be able to blend. And I'm just gonna look like I'm trying too hard and I have an orange streak or big brown streak on my face. And as someone who's really pale, it's not really the kind of look I was going for. So until like spring of 2020, I had only bronzed when I was feeling like experimental with my makeup, and then I would hate it and remove it and never do it again. But that was until Fenty came out with their cream bronzers last year. I love cream products, and my mindset was, okay, I think a cream bronzer is something I can get along with because it's easier to blend out creams, in my opinion. They're just more like malleable and you can work with them a little bit more. It's kind of hard to overdo a cream and not be able to correct it versus a powder. It's pretty easy to overdo a powder and not be able to really fix it. So I was like, okay, how about I try a cream bronzer? And now that I've tried the Fenty cream bronzer and also the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer, oh my goodness, I'm like, why did I never bronze? I think they are both really amazing products. I'm wearing the Charlotte Tilbury one today, and I really love bronzing now. So yeah, I used to literally never, ever bronze. I thought I was too pale for it, but I really like cream bronzers now. A makeup trend that I used to love, but now I hate. I would have to say like that stripe of metallic highlighter. You know what I'm talking about. Like 4 or 5 years ago, when highlighters first started becoming big, everybody's goal was to have as metallic of cheeks as possible, just all concentrated on one point of the face. I used to love that. I partook in that trend. Now, no. I prefer more of a natural like glow from within highlighter. I prefer a lot of cream highlighters because they give that look a lot easier than powders. I used to only use powder highlighters back then, but yeah, the like super like metallic like stripes on the face, not a trend that I like anymore at all. So the next question is, what is my favorite step in my makeup routine? And I think this is obvious if you all have been watching me for any period of time, or if you know me personally, but I love eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is my favorite thing in the world. I own more eyeshadow palettes than I should. I own lots of single shadows from indie brands, like very much like special shifty shades, multi-chromes, duochromes, textured shadows, you name it, I probably have it. So I love eyeshadow. I feel like it allows me to be the most creative. I feel like I can just like really experiment with eyeshadow. I love trying different formulas. Eyeshadow is by far my favorite. What makeup product can I not live without? You know, when I was thinking about this, I was like, maybe mascara, maybe eyeliner, maybe like lip gloss. But I was like, you know what? What can I actually not live without? Like to do the makeup that I want to do. And the answer is eye primer and or glitter glue. Basically any sort of primer. Because I love eyeshadow so much, I really need a good primer to ensure that my eyeshadow is going to be as pigmented as it can be, to ensure that it's going to stay on my eyes as long as it can, to make sure it's not going to crease, to make sure that really I'm getting the most bang for my buck with my eyeshadow. So eye primer, glitter glue, those are the makeup products I personally cannot live without. I can give up eyeliner, I can give up lipstick, I can give up most everything. Eye primer is not one of them. The next question is, what sparked my love for makeup? And I think I'm gonna be a little bit, what's the word, like sentimental about this, but my mom really sparked my love for makeup. My mom has always loved makeup. Some of my earliest memories are just seeing her in the mornings with her hot rollers in her hair and like putting on lipstick and all that. And I always thought like she was the most glamorous person in the world. I always wanted to be that and do that someday. So my mom really sparked my love for makeup. And she taught me how to do makeup for the first time. When I started wearing makeup in 8th grade, she taught me how to use mascara. She taught me how to put on blush and use powder and use like what lip products to use and all that. So my mom really sparked my love of makeup, and she's always loved makeup and she still does. And we like to talk about products and things even now. I give her recommendations, she gives me recommendations. So yeah, my mom definitely sparked my love for makeup. The next question is, what is the worst makeup look I've ever done? And when I was thinking, I was like, I've ever done? I would have to say any of the makeup looks I did when I was in theater. I was just a lot worse at makeup back then. B, when you're really pale like I am in theater, they really encourage you to use foundation that's like 2 or 3 shades too dark. So most of the time my face was orange, my hands were pale. It's just really dramatic makeup. So like I'm wearing like really like bright lipstick. My eyes are also really dramatic. I mean, it's just, and the blush is just like excessive, at least in my opinion. So I would say any of the theater makeup looks I had to do were definitely my worst, just because it's a lot and it's just not the kind of makeup I like. And I mean, there's a good reason for that. It's because the lights really, really wash you out. But yeah, theater makeup, not really a fan of that. My favorite makeup look I've ever done, I mean, geez, that's really difficult. I would say really a lot of the stuff I've done recently, like in the past year. And that's just because I feel like during COVID, a bright side of all this awfulness regarding the virus is that being at home and working from home has really allowed me to experiment with makeup more. Like I talked about bronzer. I had never tried bronzer until like March or April of 2020. And I mean, that's when COVID was just starting. And I've done my eyeshadow differently than I did a year ago. I'm using a lot more cream-based products now. I've discovered so many indie brands that I did not know about a year ago. I mean, my makeup aesthetics now are completely different than a year ago. So a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now, I would say are my best makeup looks. So I don't know if that's kind of cheating with the question, but those are my favorite makeup looks. Anything in like the past year that has actually turned out well. My favorite drugstore makeup product is this bad boy right here, Maybelline Age Rewind. I remember I was watching a Tati video, like I don't even know how many years ago, probably like 5 years ago or more. And she was like, this concealer is the best drugstore concealer. And I was like, dang, I need to try that. So she got me hooked on this stuff. I think my mom also uses this concealer too, because my mom used to watch Tati as well. So I love this concealer. Because of my Sicilian heritage, on my mom's side, I have dark circles, which is not fun to deal with. So I feel like this product really helps with dark circles. I feel like it doesn't crease, it doesn't dry out your under eyes, doesn't emphasize texture, fine lines, any of that. It's really great. I know it's called Age Rewind, and I don't have any age to rewind really, but I mean, this is just a really, really good concealer no matter what for your under eyes. So this is my favorite drugstore makeup product. My favorite splurge makeup product. If you've been watching my videos, you probably know my love for Pat McGrath eyeshadows. Pat McGrath eyeshadows are my favorite splurge makeup product. This is the Pat McGrath Blitz Astral Quad in, what does it say? Nocturnal Nirvana. So this literally is just full of her special shades, and I'm getting it out of the package now if you hear any rustling in the background, so sorry. So this is in the nice luxe packaging that she has, and when you open it up, I mean, look at these shades. Oh my gosh, I mean, look at these. So this is just like, you've got a beautiful gold, you have an aqua blue, you have this purple, and then you have this like green to like purpley pink, like duochrome. These are just beautiful, beautiful shadows. So I love all of my Pat McGrath palettes, but I really love this one because it's just a quad of her special shades, and what's not to love about that? So Pat McGrath, love it. Is it worth the price? That's debatable, but I'm willing to pay the money just because I think her special shades are just really that unique and special. My most repurchased makeup product, this is gonna be really boring, is the Maybelline Cover Stick. I feel like nobody uses this anymore except for me. I am keeping this product alive. That's what I feel like. But this is in the shade Ivory. I use this to spot conceal. I use this around my nose and between my brows on any like pimples and stuff I have going on, which today is quite a few, so ugh. But for me. But this product I just really like. It does the job. It does the job well. It's cheap. I've been using this since like the dawn of since I started doing my makeup, so this I would assume is my most repurchased makeup product. The next question is my earliest makeup memory, and I'm gonna get a little bit sentimental again, so mom, if you're watching, which I assume you are because you watch all my videos, this one's for you. So my earliest makeup memory, I'd have to say two. So one of them being, like I said before, just being a little girl going into my parents' bathroom and just seeing my mom with her hot rollers in her hair, curling her beautiful, beautiful long hair and putting on her makeup every morning and just thinking, wow, I want to be that beautiful, that glamorous. I want that. I just thought she was the most beautiful woman in the world. I mean, still do. And that's what I wanted to be when I grew up. So that was one of my earliest makeup memories. The other one is when I was younger. I think I did dance from age like 3 or 4 to age like 8 or 9, I don't remember exactly, but for dance recitals, that was the time as a kid where I got to wear makeup, and it was so, so, so exciting. My mom would do my hair, and she put a lot of hairspray in it, and she would like curl it or put it up or do whatever we were supposed to do for the dance number, and then she would just like put on makeup. She would put on like lipstick on me, blush, like a little bit of mascara, a little bit of eyeliner, and I remember in particular, there was this one powder that she had. I don't remember the brand name or exactly what it is. I called it the sparkly stuff, but this powder was just like a very like metallic, not like a highlighter. It kind of reminds me of like the Hourglass ambient lighting powder, but like with more sparkles in it. And so I always wanted her to put that all over my face, and so she did. So the sparkly stuff, that's what I remember being a kid, like her doing my makeup for dance recitals. I was always super excited about it. I felt like such an adult, like with my lipstick on and everything, and I was just so excited to wear makeup, and I think my mom's love for makeup definitely passed on to me. So those are my earliest makeup memories. My favorite place to shop for makeup, this is the next question. So I would have to say Sephora. As much as I don't want to admit that, I love Ulta. Keep that in mind. I love Ulta. I think Ulta is great because you have a mix of high-end brands and drugstore brands all in one place. It's just an easy one-stop shop. But the thing about Ulta is I don't really like their website as much as I like Sephora's. I feel like Ulta's website's kind of a bit of a headache, and I just don't really enjoy it. And because of COVID, I'm shopping online a lot more than in store. So that's one reason. Another reason is Sephora just carries a lot of brands that are like exclusive to Sephora and not in Ulta that I like and want to buy. So for that reason, I would have to say Sephora. But I also really do love Ulta too. The next question is the most underrated makeup product I own. And this was kind of difficult because I feel like all of the makeup products I own are like appropriately rated. I don't really own like any, I don't own any makeup products that are not hyped at all. Like I pretty much just buy what I've seen on YouTube be positively reviewed, or just like stuff I feel like I know about, just because I don't want to like spend my hard-earned money and then not like the stuff I'm buying. But if I had to choose, I would say these. These are the Oden's Eye Alpha Cream Lip Stains. This particular one is in the shade Little Jasmine. It's just like this nude color. Not sure if you can see that. But this formula is just amazing. I feel like it is the hybrid between like a liquid lipstick and a lip gloss in the way that it's liquefied. It's a liquefied lipstick, but it leaves a very glossy finish to the lips. And it's also very moisturizing, which if you have drier lips like me, that's really what you need. And this is and it smells nice, and it just wears really nicely, and the shades are beautiful. I have 3 of the shades. And so I would say this product needs more hype because it is really, really good. The most overrated makeup product. If you've been watching my channel for any period of time, you probably see me talk about my displeasure with this palette. So this is the Alter Ego Artemis palette. Ew, I'm sorry. I don't like this palette. I've said this many times. If you see my palette tag video, you know why, but I'll just say it quickly, say my piece quickly and hold it forever probably. I don't like the cream to powder shades in this palette. And that's most of the mattes. Most of what you think would be mattes, those are cream to powder shades. They just don't pick up on the brush well, they don't lay down on the eye well, they're not pigmented enough, it takes forever to build them up to the pigment I want them to. If you try to use your finger, they're hard to control. I do not like the cream to powder shades in here, and that is a vast majority of the mattes. I like the regular mattes, I like the metallics. I hate the cream to powder formula, and that is really what I was buying this palette for. This is a dupe of the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. From what I've heard, the Metropolis, those cream to powder shades are beautiful, and I have tried one Natasha Denona palette, the Mini Glam, so maybe I would splurge for that if I'm wanting to have this color story and that original formula, but Alter Ego, that cream to powder formula is just not my thing, so I'm probably gonna declutter this soon to a friend, so oh well. The next question is a discontinued makeup product that I wish they would bring back. And I bet everybody's gonna say this, so with me, 1, 2, 3, the Melt Muerte palette. I mean, I think this is self-explanatory. Look at the color story. We got blues, reds, deep grungy tones. I mean, I want that in my life, and I'm probably never gonna be able to have it, and that makes me really sad. The Vita palette, the brighter sister version of this palette, is also really beautiful, but that recently came back in stock on the Melt website. I looked at it, I was like thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? No, I really want the Muerte palette. So if that palette ever comes back in stock, I am jumping on that and I'm going to get it, because that color story has been haunting me ever since it came and then went out of stock. And so I'm just really sad about that. And also, I've always wanted to try Melt's eyeshadow formulas. I've never tried Melt before. I've heard that their quality can vary pretty drastically from palette to palette, but the Muerte palette has nothing but glowing reviews. So I really want to try that, and I wish they didn't discontinue it. Question number 19 is, where do I go to for makeup inspiration? And to be honest, the answer is YouTube for me. I don't watch a lot of like Instagram tutorials or anything like that. I do get inspired from people I follow on Instagram every so often, but when I see an eye look on like Angelica Nikovist or Lauren May Beauty or Morgan Turner or like any of the various people I watch, that's what inspires me, especially Angie. I feel like Angelica really combines color and texture in really unique ways that I wouldn't think about doing myself, because to be honest, I'm not that creative. I mostly just go for eye looks that are in the same color family or in the same tone, that sort of thing. Like today, it's like warm tones, ba-bam. So Angie, I feel like, combines warm tones with cool tones. She combines clashing colors really well. I think she just has a lot of skill and ability. So Angie is someone I really go to for makeup inspiration, especially on YouTube. Lauren May Beauty, she loves all things sparkly and textured. So when I want just like a beautiful, sparkly, textured kind of eye look, I look at what she's doing as well. And I feel like Morgan Turner is really like the luxury makeup bougie queen, which I love that stuff too. So like if I want to see Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows on her, Dior, like a Tom Ford, anything like super fancy, if I want to feel like a bougie girl, I'll look at what Morgan Turner is doing. So those are some people I go to for inspiration, most of the time on YouTube, a lot of the times on Instagram as well. What do I hope to see less of in the future when it comes to makeup? This was kind of hard. I was thinking really hard about this one. I would say what I call makeup gatekeeping is what I want to see less of in the future. Something I really hate is when someone says, like, I don't like your makeup like this, you should do it like that, or you're not doing your makeup right, or why are you wearing makeup, like you shouldn't wear makeup, or like boys can't wear makeup, or girls like need to be like all natural when it comes to their makeup, like don't wear bright red lipstick and don't wear bold eye with a bold lip. Like any of these makeup rules, any of this like you can't wear makeup, or you wear too much makeup, or you don't do it right, I'm kind of sick of that. I think there needs to be less of that, because yes, I think we've made a lot of strides in that, but like I'll give you an example, like Samantha March. I've seen her post on her Instagram, like some hate comments that she gets about the way that she does makeup. And I'm just like, why? What's the point of that? If it makes her happy, she's gonna do the makeup the way she wants to do it. And that's perfectly fine. And personally, I think she looks beautiful. So I just think there needs to be a lot less of that. Like, as long as you're doing makeup for yourself and to make you happy and to like express, you know, just like express yourself, to me, I look at it as an art form. So as long as you're doing the art form the way you want it to, like, screw what everybody else says. So I think there needs to be less of that. I think it's improved, but I think there needs to be, I think it just needs to be gone. No more makeup gatekeeping. The last question is, what do I hope to see more of in the future? I like this question. I think it's a very positive way to end the video. So what do I hope to see more of? I hope to see more just like innovation. I'm super happy and super pleased that indie brands have really gained a lot of traction and a lot of fans and a lot of attention over the past year. I've really gotten into indie brands, and I feel like indie brands in particular are the innovators. They started doing duochromes when nobody else was doing them. They started doing multi-chromes when nobody else was doing them. They started playing with texture first. I mean, they have really innovated and changed the makeup game, and I'm really happy to see that. So I just hope that there's more of that innovation, there's more of that focus on smaller, independently owned brands. I hope to see more textured eyeshadows. I hope to see more interesting finishes. I hope to see more multi-chromes. I just hope to see more of that. And I really hope that on a more selfish note, I really hope that the whole like dewy skin cream product focus, I hope that stays in style for a little bit longer, just because that's the kind of thing that I prefer to do with my makeup. I really like a natural base. I like a glowy finish. I love cream cheek products and face products and all that. So I hope to see that too. That's kind of selfish. But in general, I just hope that indie products continue to get the hype that they deserve. And I hope to also see a lot more innovation. I hope to see a lot more just like beautiful eyeshadows and other products too. So with that, those are the 21 questions answered. I hope you all found this interesting. I've really been enjoying watching these videos and just seeing what everybody thinks about makeup products they like, makeup products they don't like, makeup memories, opinions about the beauty community, industry, all that kind of fun stuff. So anyways, if you liked this video, please like this video. If you like me, please subscribe. I'd love to have you here. And if you have any ideas for any other videos that you would like to see that I should film, please let me know down in the description box below. I'm always open to suggestions from any of you. I mean, that's really what's gonna help me grow this channel. So really appreciate it if you have any ideas. So with that, thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.